Alright, so the name of this video is going to be called Angry Black People. That's all that's around me. Angry black people. It's like, I don't know, I think when they say life is a gamble, that that really, those words really have substance to it. Like I grew up, I was the only child for about 9 years, and pretty much all these men in my life, seem to have this, chauvinistic mentality. And my little sister got a high school diploma, so the more that we learn about people's way of behaving, the more we just don't get along. I told them that one day what you're gonna have to do is gonna either learn how to fly a plane or find somebody that you feel safe around, just energy wise, and get the hell on from all of us, me included. So that's pretty much what I'm on the internet for. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done been through enough shit to where, I ain't really concerned about how safe I am, because I ain't safe around my own family members. And then, everybody justifies shit with money. So everybody out here trying to get money. And that's pretty much justifies what I learned. That justifies anything that you would do that might be negative. So if you do something bad, you pretty much use money to cover that shit up. Like that's how the people, the Negroes, the niggas in my life work. So, I just feel like I'm glad to have the breath of life in my body, and I really have been mature in my life. So I think my biggest downfall is myself. I could have protected myself more, and it really made me a target not doing it. Being molested growing up, being in places where it's against the law to be having sex with young kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to fend for yourself. That's where I started stressing, realizing that I'm really watching movies and stuff, and I'm surrounded by a dysfunctional mindset. And then on top of that, you got people that seem to be more normal. I will never feel like a normal person. I don't even know what the definition of normal is, but half the people in my life do not live normal lives. People are, my mom chose to submit to a man, and I'm not even sure who my dad is. Like, she got married to one guy who happened to be my sister's dad. So I'm growing up thinking one person who's on a birth certificate is my dad, and I don't even know. So I think that's where everything just pretty much got fucked up. Like, I'm growing up realizing that, well, my life would have been better if I was a male, because I'm getting treated like shit out because I'm a woman, because of all these chauvinistic men saying that they need submissive women. So since I'm not gonna submit, I don't know what the fuck these niggas gonna do. So I got all these damn heterosexual people that I'm worried about, and people trying to control me. Like my little sister that live with me, they get mad about the stupidest shit. I told them that they don't need to be doing that. You grew up getting molested by your father. You deserve to sit on your ass and either go hit a lick or something. That's what you need to do, like the rest of these people doing. Because I'm like, what they're doing is some of these people are forming a bond against us. You know what I'm saying? And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to learn how to survive. That's why I think they should ban panhandling. Because sometimes, I'll be watching documentaries about, and being on Instagram, looking at people living a certain way, and some of us are never going to achieve that. So what we got to do is discipline ourselves. The person that signed my birth certificate taught me, well, maybe you need to do push-ups, and you need to build confidence that way by doing something. It's going to benefit you health-wise, and it's going to benefit you mental. It's going to build up mental strength for you. So what I'm saying is, the more of them you do, the more you'll feel like you're stronger than your problems, and that's pretty much what they do. But like I said, most people, the things that ring in my head are negative. People that curse and stuff, and that's usually what we get taught to do when we go through things that that are negative. Most people in my life, I got so many people in my life that are negative. I don't know if they doing it in reverse psychology, trying to challenge me to be stronger than all this negative energy that I'm dealing with, these negative words that are coming out of their mouth or what. But from my understanding, most of the people in my life were autistic, and the more you learn and the more you can prove that you're knowledgeable about things in general, the less autistic you seem. So, you know, what I happened to learn when I started learning about dialects and shit, I realized that Creole people, Geechee people are a detox for me. You know what I'm saying? And I grew up around, you know, some of these people had a certain ideology, and I agree with it because, like I said, for some odd reason, they are detox for me. You know, I grow up and I'm realizing that there are black people learning about slavery. It kind of makes you reject yourself, you know, a little bit, you know, because the whole concept of being a hillbilly, like it black people in my life, and it was weird for me because of growing up around these Creole people. But I mean, I think that's the fun thing about learning. You know what I'm saying? It's all just a bunch of information, random information. You don't have to take that shit to the heart, but you take that shit for life. You know what I'm saying? So, um, from my understanding, you know, you got to have um, a good reputation to pretty much maneuver how you want to and have these people out here. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody on my side, not even my mom. We ain't got control over these people. And from like I said, I came up with a concept called being a masculinistic man. All these men are pretty much getting it off the muscles, and they really want these women to be submissive, and they really don't want us to be stronger than them on a on certain levels. You know what I'm saying? They want to value us as women, and I just regret any experience that I've had with a male, and it just seems like they running things, and that shit is not cool. All these rappers and shit, have these men that rapping shit. It just I know that it's some real heartfelt music, but it ain't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, once I realized that I was a young lady, I just really just like, we ain't worth shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's when my confidence got knocked off. Like, damn, I mean, I see female rappers and shit, and it's all cute. Yeah, if you a guy, that shit is cute. But, as far as me being a young lady, shit is not cool, man. Like, my little sister came here and was telling me to get out Bigo. I'm like, man, I'm a grown ass woman. I do what I want to. Do it really matter? Your own daddy had sex with you. But the point is, that's what it's about, manipulation. I actually understand naturalism and whatnot, but because I knew to understand, but because I also understand that there are rules that apply in every city, in every country and shit. You can't be having sex at early ages because somebody realized that that shit can fuck up, what I'm saying, your mind in a way, doing it early. I'm not trying to feel negative about the situation, but that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to take their life for what it is. When I was born, I didn't know who my mama was. All I know is that this lady, this random lady, and these random people are sitting here trying to control everything she do, and people are starting their own, pride sets about what they believe in, and they going around. It's a big competition. So, ain't too many people in my life that I'm cool with. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all by ourselves. I have a mom, and that's why it's so fucked up, because at the end of the day, coming from a broken home, my little sister has a dad, and you want to see your dad and your mom. You want your life to be perfect, but once people start, you know, getting once manipulation comes into play, it ain't nothing you can really do. I used to be asleep, and I did not expect men to be young and dealing with men having sex with me and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them people. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I would buy you a bitch if I got the money to do it, because if that's what these men need, that's what they need. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm one of them persons that I be calling people from other parts of the countries and shit to like um just different places to detox. Cause half the people in my life, they not a detox for me. To be honest with you, it's okay to deal with stress, and the more that I guess the more I stay around all these people, the more, you know what I'm saying? If I really want to detox from my life in a general sense, I ain't got to run from my problems, but I do have to stay away from half the people in my life. You know, like, it's a bougie mindset. You know, at this point, I ain't really scared to die, man. I'm one of them people, I would get a tent and go camp outside. I don't give a fuck about half these women in my life because they dumb as fuck. We already see what these men want. They want submissive women, and these bitches out here got to do all this extra shit to step outside of themselves. And they say we submissive and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just feel really dumbed down, you know what I'm saying, by a lot of just situations. And I really just want to, like, you know, get my education and move forward. But that's not what's going on in my life. What's going on in my life is, you know, people are growing up, hitting licks, starting their own sets. And, you know what I'm saying, if you got a strong mind and go ahead and get an education and do it by yourself, then you can. But other than that, you know what I'm saying, I just feel slow. You know, I watch documentaries all the time, and I'm like, life is not that hard. You know, it's very simple. You either gonna get it or you not. It's like learning. It's a church. You either gonna understand the information and comprehend it, or it's not gonna click with you. That's why I feel like I'm a little fucked up in the mind, because I haven't learned as much as I need to. I have a GED. Somebody, you know what I'm saying, actually gave me the test, and I feel so guilty because I'm like, I do try to comprehend and understand, but I also let them know what my social life was like. I'm growing up around people that stuttering, niggas talking about they had seizures in their mama's stomach. My mama married some random guy. I don't know who he was. I don't even know who my daddy was. I know who signed the birth certificate, but I don't fuck with these people because at the end of the day, people want genuineness, and I can't be genuine with none of these people in my life. So what I'm understanding is boys like girls and girls like boys, and all these women want me to die, all because of men. I'm just waiting for the shit to happen. You know what I'm saying? Somebody understood from an intellectual standpoint that this is what we were programmed to do. This is what naturalism is. Okay, cool. But everybody ain't gonna follow suit. I'm a narcissist. That's what they told me. It ain't just gonna be, it ain't just easy to sit here and just live life, you know, feeling some type of way. And I sit here and analyze people's personalities, which means that I'm not connecting with the shit that they own. Made whole mixtapes and shit out of it. All these women out here acting like men, all because that's the natural order of things. That's what they say. I can't get a break. Motherfucker be like, well, all these bitches need to be fighters and shit. You know, I can't win with the concept of manhood. And I always said that I don't give a fuck about all these goddamn men and they goddamn childish ways and shit. That's just what I'm born into. I'm born into an insensible way of thinking, and everybody just living their life. You know, I was rejected with a lot of people, personalities and stuff, and all that shit. Just my whole life just ring in my head. I'm just waiting to leave, like just point blank. Period. You know, a lot of adults in my life, they get drunk and that's what they do. All those, all these women in my life are fucking loony. You know, molestation is a hard thing to deal with. Dealing with manipulation is hard to deal with. Understanding naturalism, like I said, I understand naturalism, but I also understand negative energy. People really want their struggles to be respected. And I'm trying to understand this shit because there's a lot of shit that I was told I was naive about. All these men got all these bitches acting like niggas. Because that's how they had to grow up. I just want to feel safe around somebody. I don't feel safe around straight people. I'm a black woman. That's how I'm going to get treated like. We at the bottom of the barrel. I don't feel no different than a black man. I don't. Then it really breaks my heart that all these women sitting here trying to fight me over some dick that I don't give a fuck about. Cause if it weren't for them bitches, these niggas would be dead. But it's all good. Discipline yourself. Do push-ups. Be a butch. All that shit is hoopla to me. One day, everybody, all that shit ain't even gonna matter. That shit don't even look right to me. Everywhere I go, I see the same people. So what does that mean? I mean, it ain't that hard. Like, the South is not that big, from my understanding. But I'm like, in order for me to get a break, I really need to get away from all these people. But once they, you know, it's paradigms being created. People got their own games. You get on the Greyhound, you see the same people. So, I don't know. People growing up, it's just stupid. It's just a bunch of stupid shit going on out here. And I'm just trying to stay at peace with myself. And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If you strong, you strong. If you not, you not. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to sleep sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I can sit here and blame my period and say I'm more sensitive on that situation. But it's hard for me to go to sleep with all these people ringing in my head doing all this negative shit to me.